Hola my beauties, welcome or welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, hello, my name is Gurish Kaur, and in today's video it's a lot more than makeup. It's a deep talk and a bond that we share, and this talk had to be done, I suppose. In the following video I share my experiences with disordered eating, being bullied at school, and how I reverse engineered that self-belief and that self-confidence in myself, and is this Gurish Kaur that you see today. So yeah, if that interests you, grab a snack and get ready for a good little story time. I'm going to start with doing the eyes and the chit chat along. And I'm going to use the Nykaa Beachside Peach palette for this look. One of you actually told me to, create a look with this palette, so I got this. It's actually a pretty palette, Alright, so as I have started doing especially fashion content, I usually get a lot of these comments, especially from my thick girls, or just, you girls and guys who are not super confident about their bodies, that they admire my confidence, they really love this aspect of me, they never knew this aspect of me, was there. And as much as I would love to take that as a compliment, there's a whole story behind it, guys. So I truly believe that none of us are born inherently insecure, right? None of us are born inherently insecure. None of us are born comparing ourselves to others and feeling that everybody else is just prettier and more, just more perfect in every way. Nobody is born to believe that. We are made to believe that. We are told that if you have flabby arms, if you have those extra rolls on your stomach, you are supposed to feel a certain way. You are supposed to feel ashamed or offended if somebody refers to you as fat. Honestly, the word fat is just an adjective. I mean, we are made to believe that it's offensive, it's supposed to hurt. I remember this verse from Blith Braid's poem. Yes, it's exactly that. As a child, fat was the first word people used to define me, and it did not offend me until I found out it was supposed to. I'm sorry, I might have ruined this moment. I'll add in a clip of hers that's better.
As a child, fat was the first word people used to describe me, which didn't offend me until I found out it was supposed to.
I honestly love that poem of her in specific. It's about anorexia. Yes, it's an eating disorder, and since we're here, let's talk about it, okay? To keep it short, I got bullied at school, not having anybody to really confide in, or I didn't choose to confide in my mom at that time, and yeah, so I just felt like I didn't have anybody to confide in about whatever was going on. And as in when I was this loner kid, this introverted, shy loner kid, during that phase I had disordered eating patterns. That is, I would binge eat when I was just bored and feeling lonely, to just fill some sort of a void that would never fill. I would feel very full after that, of course, that binging phase. And since I was alone at home, I sometimes would cook for myself in the evening after my tuitions, or I would just not order, us time pe I could I didn't have a personal phone back then, so I would go and get some stuff from the Paswali shops, and I used to my evening meal used to be it's not snacks, it's a full-fledged meal that I would have in the evening. It just turned into a lot of unhealthy and junk eating habits, and this went by for quite some years. And then in my 10th standard, when I was just too done with it, and I wanted to feel valued and just pretty, because everyone told me I would be so much more prettier only if I lost some weight. I joined the gym, lost 20 kilos in 3 months, and even after leaving the gym I lost an additional 6-7 kilos in a span of a month or two without even trying. My body was just losing weight at that time because I was not eating only sufficient jitni basic requirement hoti utna bhi I was not eating. So after the binge eating episodes, I did go in this loop of anorexic eating, and if you don't know, that's basically starving yourself because you have real body image issues, that whenever you look in the mirror into your body, you just feel fat. Even if you're underweight, you'll just feel fat and yeah, you just, it's bad, it's terrible, it's very serious eating disorder. It has a lot more to do with your psychological relationship with food and your body image, more than like a biological thing. So ever since, I have been self-therapizing myself, because I do even till date have severe body image issues that do get triggered here and there, you know, on certain bad days. And I do have my fair share of low days. Like, I'm aware that at times I get really obsessive and have these anxious thoughts, just like no fucking body is that much into your body and commenting about it. But when you have such body image issues, it's hard to control these thoughts. So literally the worst thing you can do is tell somebody who's going through anxiety issues or body image issues, is tell them to ignore that. Because girl, guy, I mean buddy, you cannot really, it's a lot more severe than that. Okay, wow, I'm really liking how this look turned out. It's definitely not like your regular blend. It's like nice and blended and going into the eyebrows, but I'm kind of liking it. Alright, so I'm gonna move on to my face now and prime my skin. Now we're gonna talk about how I reverse engineered all this confidence in myself to be able to talk sitting, you know, right in front of a camera, to be able to talk right off to you. How did I build this goodish car? Certainly I'm not a therapist, but I do believe in self-therapizing yourself and allowing yourself the time to heal. I allowed myself immense amount of time to heal and actually process those memories. Those are bitter memories, and you always, like, our first reflexes to not think about them, just ignore them, push them to a side, but then they manifest and come up in ways and in scenarios that you would just not want. Yes, it's toughest, but it's the best for you in the long run, is to face them, is to process those thoughts and acknowledge that you have had a rough past, or that, you know, if you're still in a moment of grief, acknowledge that pain and move on further. You obviously have to move on. It's not about dwelling on your problems, it's about just acknowledging them. I'm just gonna let the primer sit in for a while. So yeah, in my case, as I was saying, it was having people that did put me down and made me believe a certain notion about myself. So to rebuild that self-belief, that self-confidence, and self-confidence is not physical, it's 100% psychological. I mean, I think so. It's 100% psychological, and when you have this sorted, you act accordingly. When you know in your head, when you believe in yourself in your head, you act accordingly. You act confident. You act lovely, witty, happy. You reflect what you think of yourself. And as a content creator, I always wanted to, you know, create fashion content and basically relatable content, and be able to talk about all this is also a big step, because in year back I won't really be able to even share all this. It takes a lot to share the past, to acknowledge all this. Okay, so the first step that I took was hearing and surrounding myself with people that hype me the shit up. Okay, canceling out all toxic people, calling out people on their toxic behaviors is one of the best things I've ever done, even with my friends. Trust me, I know friends वगैरह मजाक करते, that's totally cool and chill with it till the time it's consensual. When it's even close to turning into bullying, I always stand up for myself, because if I don't, who will? I don't want to be that quiet girl who will just shut up, knowing and seeing that this is not how she is meant to be treated. I stand up for myself. I just hope that you guys don't get confused in all this story time. I'll make pointers for you. First of all, eliminate all toxic people. Call out people on their toxic behavior. Step 1, stand up for yourself, call out people. Alright. Second of all, surround yourself with people that bring out the best in you. People around you that are not toxic and just, you know, constantly mocking you and bringing you down. Okay, you want to surround yourself with people that empower you, that do bring out the best in you. And third, make sure that the people you follow, the content creators you watch, they genuinely have, I personally believe, such a huge impact on your perspective. So make sure you're listening to positive stuff. Like, just if you feel that you are in an environment that is negative, unfortunately, maybe if it's your family, you know, you can't stand them, put on your earphones, hear to some positive podcasts, watch some creators that provide you actual value. I personally feel that the media, the content we consume really, you know, shapes us in a certain way. So definitely follow the people you want to maybe become alike. And fourth, maybe the most important one, as I said, how I reverse engineered the confidence. So I didn't really build it through, but I built it through like the other way around. I started acting like a confident person. I started saying these affirmations in the morning. It's not actually about saying them out loud, is what I believe. Like you see on Instagram, people tell you to, you know, about say your affirmations out loud, or sing them out loud, or write them. You always don't have to do that. Just in your head, tell yourself and remember maybe those 5 things that you want to manifest: a successful life, career-wise, a very healthy life, like health-wise, have like a good lifestyle, a beautiful, genuinely good, supportive partner. Like, just manifest all these things and tell you how you're beautiful, healthy, such a kind person, and today is a great day to be grateful about all the things you have. Take your 5-10 minutes, like properly freshen up, and then say all these things to yourself. So yeah, after affirming all these gorgeous qualities that I have, I start my day, I act like a confident person. I no longer tell myself not to wear this or that because it makes you look a certain way. Please stop it. It's just your body. It's supposed to change. Yet I'm not in denial. I know I'm overweight. I am following a healthier lifestyle, making small changes, taking little baby steps each day. Instead of doing these crash diets, I have somewhat switched up to a healthier lifestyle in totality. Just embracing healthy food, some sort of a bare exercise routine, half an hour, 1 hour gym is good enough. You just start feeling good about yourself when you know you're doing the right thing, even if that will take longer to show results. It's just the right way to do it, you know. It's just a healthier way to live your life. Take small baby steps that will be like permanent changes in your lifestyle. If you do these temporary crash diets, that's all right. It's gonna give you the short-term benefits of it maybe, but it might also cause long-term, side effects. And been there, done that, never want to go back to that life again. Hence here I am creating, at least trying to create this life for myself that I enjoy and is also like sustainable, you know. So the key to reverse engineer this confidence in yourself is, first of all, getting rid of the thought that I'm not good enough for this. You are great. I mean, you are just good enough for anything and everything you put your mind into, sis. There's absolutely nothing you can't achieve. I am such a believer because I have seen shit happen only because I believed and I was persistent with it. And as a youth, I just really want you all to get off the fat phobia. It's just a phase of some people's lives, whatever it is. Also, do you know what? Fat has so much more to do with your genetic instead of, you know, your eating habits. A lot to do with your genetic and your lifestyle. So in my DNA, like my dad was always very heavy and fat. All my childhood I have been a fat kid, so that's more a DNA and a genetic thing. Like, I just usually gain fat on my arms, so my arms are like unproportionately thick to my body, I want to say. And that's all right. I mean, after a whole lifetime of criticizing myself for just my arms, I'm like, they're just arms. It's okay. It's okay. They're just a body part. You're trying and working to be better each day. That's okay. Don't just beat yourself up. Stop being so hard on yourself, okay? I'm not a fan of the statement, fake it until you make it. But I guess in this scenario, it does fit. Even if you don't feel very confident inside, sometimes just fake it. Instead of just heading into a room full of new people, instead of fidgeting your hands and being, you know, just looking down, fidgeting your hands or looking in your phone, trying to avoid people, shrugging your hair, your bag. I mean, these are all the things I used to do. I used to enter in a room looking in my phone majorly, just to avoid, you know, people around, fidgeting with my hands, my hair, just because I wasn't very comfortable. Just keep touching yourself. These are just signs of people who are not very confident in their bodies, and just very jittery and, you know, around new people. And trust me, one day I just decided to walk into a room full of people with my head straight, with my back arched, and go in there, make eye contact, handshake, and make a conversation, look into their eyes, not you know, shy away and idhar udhar dekh rahe ho and kuch. Just try to act like one. Starting में maybe it's more of acting, to be very honest. You eventually build these people skills, these conversation skills, the body language skill, but these are such crucial skills to just go through your life. And not to forget, instead of being rebellious about it, instead of being on the offense about it, dress how you feel comfortable. You don't have to wear short clothes or exposing clothes to own your body. You can wear a nice kurti, a fully covered jeans, and still feel like yourself, dude. Like, literally, it has nothing to do with how your clothes look. You just have to be a nicely groomed, confident person, and that does not count the length of your clothes, the shape and size, the fit of your clothes. You have to feel comfortable in your own skin. It is a journey, sis. It takes a while. It does take a while, but it's just worth your while, I want to say. Having all this talk about, you know, your body image and everything, if you are overweight, if you're clinically overweight or underweight, like likewise if you're on the extreme ends, you have to get into a healthy weight for your health and solely for your health. It's completely possible to love your current self yet keep working towards the best version of yourself in every possible way. Be even in that transition period of becoming your best self. Don't forget to love yourself each day. Wake up and feel beautiful. It's not about telling yourself or someone else telling you that you're beautiful. You gotta feel beautiful, man. You gotta just wake up and feel good about yourself and start your day with like a fresh mind. Just don't sulk over whatever you feel are your insecure bits. Accept them. Acknowledge that you're insecure about this part of yourself, and instead of sulking over it, work to overcome it. Even baby steps, every step counts. Every step counts. Even your minute efforts mean you're progressing, and even if it's slow progress, it's still progress at the end of the day, okay? And that's all I got for you all today. I hope it helped you in a certain way, at least to understand things better or see things better from a different perspective. If not, if you find anything offensive or wrong, please feel free to comment down below and have a healthy conversation. Would highly appreciate the same. And if you're new here, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to the channel. Would mean so much to me. As a small budding creator, I'm trying my best to put out real value and be your thick girl confidant. So yeah, that's all for today. I'll see you in my next one.